Hello everyone, welcome to the another very important session in which we will be discussing some more important questions and the concepts for our upcoming CSIR net exam. And even guys, this will be helping you to take your preparation to the next level. Also, today's session is more about the strategy and the things you need to know, which can help you to do the best preparation. So that's what we are going to consider in this session today. Before we will go ahead with the discussion, guys, I would like to tell you something about the latest offer which is going on Unacademy and which will be helping you to get the great discount in the total subscription amount. So you can see this offer is just valid till today itself. So that means if you want to grab this offer and you don't want to miss it, then you can take your subscription today. Use and apply the code Anjali Live as mentioned here on the screen to get the discount in the total subscription amount. Even if you have any of your friends, those who want to take the Unacademy subscription and want to start their preparation under the guidance of top educators, you can share this information with them too. Along with that, guys, in upcoming days, so many new courses by the top educators will be starting on Unacademy. So if you don't want to miss these important courses, these important sessions we will have, you can surely start your preparation and take your subscription, okay, to join these courses and classes by the top educators. Now let me just quickly show you what are the benefits you will get if you will be taking the Unacademy Plus, Iconic or the Lite subscription. So here we are going to have the details about them. If somebody will be taking the Unacademy Plus subscription or the Iconic or the Lite subscription, they can clearly have a look at this thing, that what are the benefits they will be getting. Also guys, even now the important notes are available on the learning app. Okay, so if you will be taking the subscription, you will be able to check out these important notes if you will take plus or the Iconic subscription. So they will also be helping you to take your preparation to the next level and to do the best preparation for your upcoming exam under the guidance of top educators with the well structured and well planned courses by the top educators. So anytime whenever you will proceed further to take the subscription, use and apply the code Anjali Live as mentioned here on the screen. Next thing is guys, that I'm going to show you a few more slides and we are ready to start our discussion about the important strategy and the most important points after that. So actually this is going to be something related to Unacademy learning app. Next we are going to have about the session. This is something about me. Here we are having the information about the community feature which is there on Unacademy learning app and which will be helping you to get the latest updates and to know about the important things for your upcoming exam. So I hope each and everything we have talked about just now is going to get clear to you, and we are ready to start our discussion related to the important strategy and the things you need to take care of when you are starting your preparation for your upcoming exam. The last thing guys, today is the last day to grab this offer. So if you are the one like who want to start your preparation under the guidance of top educators, or you want to take the subscription, go ahead, take your subscription today to grab this offer and to get the discount. Use and apply the referral code that's Anjali Live as mentioned here on the screen, so that you will be able to get the discount. Okay, now let's go ahead with the discussion. So today we are going to talk about the important strategy and the steps you need to follow. So guys, firstly, before we go ahead to talk about the strategy, we need to understand what is this strategy. So if we are going to take the example of 5 different students, okay, will they always follow the, or everybody who is doing the preparation for any exam, will they be following the similar steps? Will they have the same approach for that exam to clear it, to get good marks? Okay, or let's take the example of top 10 students. So you may have seen sometimes the top 10 students, the rank which we are going to have top 10, they are going to belong to different places, okay, different cities. They are not the just the best friends, those who have done the preparation all together, they prepared all the things in the same way whatever they were doing. Or even sometimes there can be students those who were in the same class, and out of all those students one student is in top 10 and the others may have different ranks, or some of them may not got so much good marks, right? So here we need to understand one thing. Strategy can be different for everyone, and we are the one who will be deciding, yes, knowing about this fact or this thing, that okay, this can be the part of my strategy. It's good, right? Because it can help you to have more ideas, it can help you to know that okay, this thing also exists which can help me to do the best preparation. So that is the separate section. But understanding and then categorizing or classifying that what will work for me, it's existing, that's good, but what will work for me, that's the best strategy for me, right? So here, this thing we have considered that we can't say there is a specific strategy to do the preparation for any exam. No, everybody will have a different strategy. Everybody can have a different way of learning and understanding. So accordingly, we have to plan the things. Accordingly, we have to include the steps and the things in our strategy. So whatever I'll talk about today in this session, I would say whatever you think will be working better for you. For example, sometimes some of the students get or absorb the things, the knowledge, the information when they write them, okay? Then they are able to recall, remember, memorize those things for a longer time. But sometimes it happens, sometimes like there are students, those who listen to the things, they can recall and they can memorize it for a longer time. Done. Another thing is that when somebody is just reading it on their own, right? So it can be different ways, like which will work for us. So accordingly, that part we have to include in our strategy more and more. If I'm the one who gets the things, when I listen to them from somebody saying or explaining it to me, I'll follow that approach. Okay, I'll say like, okay, I want to listen to that discussion, the explanation about the topic, and that will be helping me more. At the same time, if I know that when I'm gonna write something and I'm repeating, I'm writing it again and again, again and again, and that's gonna help me to memorize it for a longer time, I'll follow that approach, right? So those things you will try to include in your strategy more and more. And what I believe is we are the one who can make the best strategy for ourselves. Nobody else can do this. Yeah, everybody can give you suggestion. Other person can tell you this thing can work for you or may not, right? But you will be the one who will be deciding it. Okay, so let's go ahead with the further discussion. I hope I have made it clear to everyone that what a good strategy can be for anybody. There is no specific definition, there is not a fixed strategy for all the toppers. It's the one which works for us. That's the best one. Okay, let's go ahead. So, actually, guys, here I'm going to talk about the strategy mainly for the CSIR net exam. Okay, or even it will help you in your gate exam and other similar exams too. Like, almost the things are same, right? So, if I'm going to talk about the first thing, you should be familiar with the syllabus. Okay, along with that, the number of subjects. So, number of subjects, for example, if I'm going to talk about physics. So, in the physical science, we are going to have overall 9 subjects plus 1 general aptitude section, right? General aptitude, reasoning, and general science. So, that's our part A preparation. 9 subjects, if I'm going to talk about, what are these ones? Mathematical physics, classical mechanics, quantum mechanics, okay, condensed matter physics. We are going to have electronics. We are going to have electromagnetic theory. We are going to have thermodynamics and statistical physics. We are going to have atomic and molecular physics. Okay. We are going to have the another one, which is going to be your nuclear and elementary particle physics. Done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All the 9 subjects I have noted down. Same way if you're doing the preparation for chemical science, for mathematical science, for earth science, or any life science, right? You will be familiar with this part, like how many subjects you need to prepare, and this one section is for your part A preparation. Again, since part A is going to have the 3 different sections: reasoning, general aptitude, and general science. So now for someone, maybe one of the sections can be quite easy. For other one, like out of these 3, Okay, depending on what you find more easy and what you find difficult, you have to accordingly spend your time to understand that part, to know about it more and more, right? But what our strategy should include? So our strategy should be in such a way, basically on everyday basis, we should gain some knowledge. We should learn and grow every day. And grow in terms of knowledge we will have, right? So the output should be there on every single day. Whether you are learning one concept, one fact, one formula, or you are learning 10 formulae. So some output is necessary, okay? That's the good strategy if every day you are learning something, every day. Because if you will see, you are having so many days before your exam. Right now, if I'm going to talk about this point of time, we are having many days, right? And that's the more than enough time what you have remaining before your exam right now. So actually, when it is more than enough time, and even if, as I have mentioned, every day if you are trying to learn something, it's gonna make you feel more confident. It is gonna surely help you to increase your knowledge, and it's gonna help you in all different ways, right? So, what we need to do while making the best strategy, and when you will be following it, you also need to keep a track on these things, that okay, is it helping me to learn this aspect or this particular thing related to my exam? Is it helping me to cover up this part or no? Okay, like various parts will be there. So first thing you have to add in your strategy is that, is it helping you to make your concepts clear? First focus should be on concepts learning. Okay, so did you add or make your strategy in such a way that it is helping you to learn concepts? It can be with the reference books, it can be with the notes, it can be with the online sessions, it can be with whatever approach you are following. But is it helping you to learn some concept every single day? It can be you are learning 4 or 5 concepts, more than that, less than that, but you are learning it. Okay, this is one key factor. You have to see, is it available, is it there in your strategy or not? After you get to know about this thing, the second thing I would say, you have to tick mark that it is there in your strategy you are gonna make. That is it going to help you to work on the questions? They can be previous year questions, they can be practice questions, but questions are important, right? So the strategy should be in such a way that it is helping you to work on the different questions too. So if yes, that's great. Now, other than that, since you already be familiar with the approximate number of days you will have before your exam, so is it helping you to cover up all the subjects or no? Because that's our target. We want to get good marks, and that will be only possible if we are going to cover up all the subjects. And I have seen many students, like after few days they start their preparation, or when just the few days will be remaining in the exam, they usually have a question, can we just do 5 subjects preparation instead of all, or 6 or 7 subjects preparation instead of doing all? So the answer is no. You have to do all, even if you have the less time remaining. If you can't complete them, at least do some part of the particular subject preparation, but do it. Okay, that's important. So concepts should be covered, questions should be done, subjects should be completed, no, if not everything from them, but at least something, right? Other than that, is that strategy helping you to manage your time to do the revision? If yes, that's great. So when you are gonna tick mark all those criteria, and even if you think you have something else you want to include, or that should be there in your preparation journey, right? So you can even make that as a point and see, is your strategy you are gonna think about following, you are making right now, is it helping you to focus on all those things or no? If no, you have to make some changes in your strategy you have made. One more thing, guys, once you're gonna focus on all these things, I would say the next thing is, when you manage your time on everyday basis, are you feeling that you are more planned? Means you are not gonna get panicked that how to do this, how I can cover up this or that. If this is the situation, that means something is wrong with that strategy you have made and you are following. If you're finding like, oh, I have a fixed time, like I'm gonna do this subject preparation today in this, at this particular time, then I'm gonna practice questions in this particular time. uh, I'm gonna do the revision at this time. Subjects, you can classify whether in a day you want to prepare 3 subjects or 2 or just one, or a week wise you can do that. Okay, that strategy should help you to manage everything in this way, and if it is doing that, it's a good strategy for you. And again, as I have told you, outcome you have to analyze and you have to see on everyday basis. Okay, so every day, is there outcome we are gonna have or no? If yes, that's a good strategy. If no, that's not a good strategy. Okay, now if I'm going to talk about the next thing, that's going to be see, a few suggestions from my side which you have to add here in the strategy part, and you have to see is your strategy helping you to do that or not. Okay, so that is, you have to maintain or make your formula notebook. Excuse me. You can even give it the name concept notebook, formula notebook, or any such name, but that's what you have to do, right? Other than this, you are going to consider the another one, that's going to be your practice notebook. Just 3 notebooks, but they should have enough number of pages, because I don't want you to keep on searching for one notebook or other next subject. But in one subject, in one notebook, having enough number of pages, do the partitions for all the subjects, and then have every important thing there in one particular notebook. So next is your practice notebook. Next one is your that's rough notebook. Basically, rough notebook, you're free to write your concepts, to revise, to practice questions anyway. But what is the purpose of the formula notebook? You can even give it the name success notebook, the first one I've talked about, formula notebook, because that's going to be so much helpful. That will even be helping you to do the regular revision, to check out what you learned, what you need to revise more. And the practice notebook purpose, I will tell you. So one by one. So formula notebook basically will have all those important concepts, facts, tricks, formulae, whatever you will learn, whichever you think is important to solve questions in the exam, whatever you think should be prepared well, and you need to know it very well. You need to revise it regularly and having great chances to have the questions in the exam from that section. That should be there in your formula notebook, right? Other than that, you will be making the 9 sections in it, 9 partitions in the notebook. So having 30 to 40 pages for one subject, next 30 to 40 pages for another, for next same way. Okay, one extra section for part A preparation, that should be made. Total 10 sections you will have. If I'm going to talk about the practice notebook, guys, there you will just be noting down the questions you find quite difficult when you are working on them, and you think like, oh, this is going to be quite difficult, right, to work on, to get the answer. So, or something new you find in a question. It can be anything, any point which you were not able to focus on, you were not able to consider it, okay, while solving that question. You made the mistake. So those type of questions which are quite difficult for you, or anyway you were making mistakes in them, you have to note down in your practice notebook. Okay, and then you can mention the points where you were making mistake, just as a note, that you have to be extra careful about this point, you have to be extra careful about this thing. Okay, so that's how it will be helping you a lot. I think this thing, if you're gonna start working on it, if you start focusing on that, it's surely gonna be helpful. Rough notebook, as I've told you, in practice notebook also make the subject partitions, but in the rough notebook anyway, you can do your rough work, whatever questions you want to solve, whatever concepts you want to write, anything, do it, whatever you want to do in the rough notebook, it's completely your choice. Okay, but practice notebook and formula notebook, if somebody is gonna make, and from the formula notebook do the regular revision, means if you have noted down content on the 20 pages total, so revise all the 20 pages every day. If you reach to 50 pages, you filled there, you have written something, revise 50 pages every day, because revision is the key to success for this exam, guys. And if let's say you are preparing with some notes, you are doing preparation with some let's say particular reference books even, okay, or you are doing preparation with any session or anyway, I would give you a extra tip here. See, the knowledge is not limited to just something you found in one book, okay? The knowledge is not limited to if you have got that from one particular source means just from one book, just from specific notes or anyway. Excuse me. So to get the 100% knowledge, not that can even not be 100%, but as much as it is possible. So let's say the part of your strategy is every day in the morning timing, where whenever you wake up early in the morning, like whether it's 6 a.m., 7 or 8 or whatever time, okay, plan your day in such a way, your regular activities, the work. After that, you are gonna do your revision. If you can't manage to have the time at that point, you can just shuffle it, you can change your time, okay? So revision, necessary, compulsory. Other than that, you are going to consider the next step, prepare some topics preparation depending on what subject you are going to prepare, okay? Other than that, your next step should be you are going to practice questions. It can be previous years, it can be in general practice questions. Next you are going to do is updating your formula or concept notebook, whether it can be done here along with once you prepared, just go back to the topics you prepared, you may have better understanding that way. So update your form the notebook, excuse me, okay? And then you are doing questions, then update your practice notebook, because whatever questions you will find difficult, you can note them down here. Then again, some topic preparation depending on if you want to follow same subject or you want to prepare a different subject, okay, prepare it. And then again, it's questions. I don't want you to spend so much time in a setting, it can be just 1 hour to 1.5 hours, okay? It can be 1.5 hours, it can be again, next you can also again have 1.5 hours. So again, you are doing questions. If you're the one who is too busy on everyday basis, what you need to do, you can just change the duration, the timings and all that. And I want you to do one thing at the end of the day, that is you are just going to do some research. Now, as I was saying, that if we get the knowledge from one particular book or a particular source, maybe that's not enough. And as we don't have the exactly everything at one place all the time, so we need to do a little bit research. So that can be done here. Just do some research from your side, check out what are the important things, other things you can find somewhere related to that topic, what are the other things which can help you, okay, more to understand that topic in a better way, to know about it in a better way. So do that kind of research and make a schedule or a routine to do that, to follow these things. Otherwise, if somebody has more time, they can follow the same thing again. Topics, questions, prepare topic, do questions, prepare topic, do questions. At the end of the day, again, you need to do the revision, whatever you learned whole day and even till now. So either whatever you learned till now, everything you can revise here early in the morning, or you can revise it at night, or both timings, because revision is something very important, okay? So that's morning to the end of the day routine you can follow, and that can work very well for you. Other than that, guys, as we are gonna have the different sections in our exam, so that's going to be part A, part B, part C. Now the thing is, it's very important for you to know about those sections. Why? Because if there is someone who is going to do the preparation for this exam for the first time and they don't know that what exactly is the format or the pattern of the exam we are going to have, so in that case, it becomes very important to talk about these things so that everybody who is attending this session or who is going to attempt the exam for the first time, they will be able to understand this part. Okay, so it's very important for everyone then. So in this case, guys, if I'm gonna talk about the part A, so in the part A, what we are going to have, just the questions as I have already talked about: general aptitude, reasoning, general science. Okay, and what is the correct answer marks you get? 2 marks for the right answer. Okay, for each correct answer you get 2 marks, while we are having the negative marking in the section 2, every section. Okay, here we are having the questions having 3.5 marks for the each correct answer. Okay, next 5 marks. So when you will check out your previous year question papers, you will get to know what type of questions have been asked in the previous years and what kind of preparation needs to be done for part A, part B and part C. Okay, and you can also just work accordingly, because you know that what are the marks you will get for the each right answer from each section. Accordingly you can make your plan and you can see which one you want to consider and you want to work on. Okay, first of all, and then which one you want to do later on. So that's going to be even helpful, and that's how you can even do it. Clear? So let me know if in case there is something not getting clear to you. We can talk about it. If you have some specific questions about whatever we talked about till now, guys, you can just mention it and let me know about it. But if everything is getting clear, that's great. We will go ahead with the discussion. So if anybody is having any question, let me know, guys. And if everything is clear to you, then that's great. Tell me, tell me. Any question, query, doubt, anything you want to ask? Nothing? Waiting for your reply, guys. There are a few more suggestions I would like to give you guys. But whatever we talked about till now, if you have any question, query, or doubt from that section, let me know. We can consider it first of all, okay? And then we can go ahead for more discussion. Okay, Sumit. So basically, here you have to work on how many questions? Let's have a look at this. 15 out of 20. Here you have to work on 20 questions out of 25. Here you have to work on 20 questions out of 30. So let's have a look at the total marks to verify whether we have done the same thing or not. Here, total marks you will have if you will do all the 15 correct, it's 30. Here you will have 70, and here you will have 100. So you can say total 200 marks. Done. So here you will have total 20 questions given to you in part A. But again, I would say that read the instructions in the starting of your exam or the information bulletin when you will fill your forms. If in case in upcoming exam there will be any changes they will introduce, something different or something new they will introduce, you will get to know. But this is what we are usually having and we are having till now, and it is something expected in the upcoming exam too. But if there will be any changes, then in that case you will get the information about it either in the information bulletin or in the instructions you get in the exam. Okay, so that's how, like, you will have everything clearly mentioned that these many marks you will have for the correct answer, these many number of questions you need to do, and this much is the negative marking. So that's how you will have everything, right? But that's what we are having right now. That's something I shared here, right? Now, guys, once you got to know about all these things, I hope everything I talked about here, here, and here, that's gonna be clear to everyone. But still, if you're the one who's gonna have any doubt, you can surely let me know about it. So, if I'm gonna talk about the next thing, what is that? That's simply going to be your time management. Because time management is one of the reasons, like if somebody is not able to manage the time properly, they can get the less marks. Okay, so time management is very, very, very much important. But how to manage the time? Many students are gonna have the difficulty in this part, like how we can manage our time, what we have to do for that. So you have to do, or you can follow something I'm gonna suggest you right now, guys, because that's something which is effective, which can work, and which can even help you to manage your 3 hours duration time, as well as in general to manage your time wisely and in such a way that which will surely be helping you. So what you need to do right now, when you are starting your preparation for the exam, I would say, you're most welcome, Sumit. I would say that do this thing whenever you practice questions, okay, make a target or see the type of question you are having. For example, it's you are doing from previous years, then you can consider if it is a part B question, then in that case just decide you are going to do it approximately in a minute. Okay, I know in the starting you may have difficulty to complete that question's answer in 1 minute, but when you will start working on this thing, when you will let your mind prepare for such a situation, that when you are starting to solve a question, you have just 1 minute time. Okay, you will try to complete it. So what you will do, your mind will process in the same way that okay, I have to do it quickly and I have to complete it in 1 minute only. So that's how you will be able to do it. Other than that, if I'm going to talk about same way you had a part B question, or if you want to make a general strategy or general approach, make a target of solving it just in 1 minute. Clear? Because sometimes it happens that you are not gonna get that from which section this question will be, or sometimes you are doing just the practice questions, then in that case you are not sure that, oh, what, how much time I have to devote. So I would say practice it for 1 minute for a question you will be doing for part B and part C both, right? And then in this way you will be able to work on your speed to solve the questions. Don't make a hurry that you are not able to understand the things, what needs to be done, how to take the further steps, how to solve it. If you will make hurry, you are having the great chances that you can make mistake. But if you will be just thinking about the things by staying relaxed and just by reading the question statement by considering what information they have given, what you are trying to find, so you will see that when you work systematically, step by step, you find it less complicated. You find it that you can easily manage your time then. But if you think like, oh, I just have 1 minute, I have to complete it. Okay, do it quickly, quickly. Then at that point of time, our mind is not gonna work as effective as it can do when we are staying relaxed. We are trying to just consider the steps we can take and we are trying to follow them. So in that way, guys, you will find that you are going to get the answer quickly and easily. So what is your target from now onwards till your exam? That you are going to try. I'm not saying you will be able to do it just from the first day, but I'm saying, okay, you are going to try. Clear? To do it just in a minute, complete the answer. So when you will start trying, if you will take right now 2 minutes to complete it, maybe slowly when you will keep on practice, you have, or you will be able to like consider, or you will be able to complete your target. Okay, you will be able to set a target that now you can solve the questions in just a minute. Not from the beginning, but with time it will improve. With time you will reach to your goal of solving a question just in a minute. Okay, so that's for the time management part. I have told you that while practicing questions, what you can consider and what you have to do. But other than that, rest of the things you can consider easily. Okay, even the time management can be considered when we are doing the preparation of any topic, any chapter. Sometimes it happens when we are reading it from a book. In the book, in the starting, we are having some history part written, which is a theoretical thing. Okay, and not those formulae and the facts, but the history, the statement is written. So what most of us do, we also start focusing on that. We read it, so that is going to take our more time. So once you know the pattern, the way the chapter has been started, the way like they have started explaining the things, so if you understand that pattern, you can directly start following the things from the specific point, from where you know they have started mentioning the important facts and the points which are important for the exam, not from the beginning, the basic, the theoretical thing, which is not actually required most of the times, right? So that is another factor which can help you to manage your time. So these are all things you can include in your strategy. And I know once we make this strategy, like right now we talked about so many things, right? That how to manage time, how to complete the subjects, how many subjects you want to do in a day, okay? So that's completely up to you, but all these things should be in your checklist when you are making your strategy. The pattern you can follow, then the marks distribution, then the time management section. So the thing is, like mostly when you will start your preparation and you are gonna just exactly do it in a way that you want to start include all these things in your strategy, you may miss some of the points. But if you will make the short notes, short points of the things we are talking about right now, you will find like you are not gonna miss them. So in your notebook or anywhere, wherever you think you will be able to go through it later on as well, make points about the things I am telling you and which you want to include in your preparation strategy, because that can help you a lot. Okay, and if you have a question or something you want to ask, you can surely let me know about it. We will be going through that part, guys, but if everything is getting clear, then that's great. Now, one more thing, when you are going to have your formula notebook or concept notebook, in that case, if you want to make a section, like it's a suggestion, but if you think it will work for you, if you want to make a section at the end or the beginning of the notebook where you can directly mention some tips and tricks you are learning while doing the preparation for the exam, so in the beginning or at the end, for all subjects in general, in common way, you can note down your tips and tricks in that front page or the last page. Okay, along with the each section of the particular subject. Means if it's a quantum mechanics trick, in quantum mechanics section also you can note it down, but in the common page of tricks also you can note it down, because that way what happens, we can quickly revise those tricks and we can go through them, because those tricks are generally going to help us to save our time. And if we are not revising them often, or we are not revising them so regularly, in that case we miss them. Okay, it can happen. So just to avoid that kind of situation, it's important for us to have them in front of us, to revise them more regularly, so that we will never miss them and we will be able to relate them wherever it's possible, right? Along with this thing, one more common, very common and general thing which is responsible for students to not solve the questions completely and not reaching to the final answer. So that's the calculation part, guys. Calculation part. It's important. You know, in physics, whether you are doing classical, whether you are doing quantum, whether you are solving questions from condensed matter or mathematical or any section, you need to do the calculation, right? So sometimes we need to use some series expansions, which are the standard series expansion. It can be the binomial theorem expansion. It can be any other exponential series expansion in general, okay? Or the power simplification when it is negative power or positive power. So basic mathematical expressions, series, theorems, whatever you think generally we use while doing the calculation, try to note them down in your formula notebook, concept notebook, or whatever name you are giving it, but note it down. Okay, because when you will do it, you will find that while doing the calculation, when you use these series and these things, they make your calculation quite simple and easy, and you can simply work on them without having a difficulty. Okay, because mostly students know the physics concepts, but then they find it difficult to work on the calculation part, and that's why they have to leave the questions in between. So that's another reason of scoring less marks and not so good marks, because if you get the final answer and you select your right answer, then only you are going to get the marks for it. But if no, then no. Clear? So that matters. And these are the small steps you are taking to be more better in terms of solving more number of questions in your exam and getting ready for that test, the exam, okay, for which you are doing the preparation. So guys, one, again, there is an example. So there are two students, both are starting their preparation. Is that enough to say that they're starting their preparation? And does that mean that they both will be getting the good marks because they both are starting their preparation? The answer may vary. What do you think? If I'm saying there is a student A, there is a student B, both are starting their preparation, is that enough for you to know that they both will be scoring good marks in the exam? Or is it not enough? Tell me. So is that enough or no? To say that they both will be getting good marks, if I have just mentioned that they have started their preparation, I just said that. They both are starting their preparation. Just starting the preparation means that they will be getting good marks, or that doesn't mean the same? What do you think, guys? What do you think? What do you think? No? Okay, what about others? If somebody else can also reach to the conclusion and can say like, okay, this is not enough, or is this enough? Whatever you think you can mention, otherwise I'm gonna tell you a story behind it. Why I'm asking this and what is the need of doing this discussion. So that's true. We can't, right? And why we can't? Because, guys, you know that starting the preparation is not that much difficult. While it is the first step towards doing the best preparation, but starting the preparation is just the initial step. After that, what you do, how you do it, is it gonna be beneficial for you? Is it gonna help you to learn and to work in a way which is required for this exam? So if you are doing everything by considering the requirement of the exam, then you will directly approach it. Means you will be doing everything which is exam oriented, clear, and which is as per the way you learn and you understand the things in a better way. There are two things. One is we are doing it, but it's not working for us. The other one is we are doing it the way it needs to be done and it is working for us because we are doing it the way we learn the things in a better way. So then we directly approach to that thing, right? But if we are doing it where there is a blank space because we don't get something, there is a blank space, we don't get something, there is a blank space, while we are still keep on working, but we are not doing the effective preparation. So then, excuse me, we are doing something, but we are not doing whatever needs to be done, right? Then that's not gonna be approaching to that point exactly. Still, you are doing this much effort, 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 this much effort. Maybe not in the right way, maybe not regularly. So that will not be as much effective as it will be if you are consistent, you are doing everything by considering, okay, this will work in this way, how it needs to be done, like all that thing. Then it's giving you the better results, better outcome, and taking you to the final destination. But if the uh, efforts or the time you are devoting, if it's not consistent, if it's not done in a way it should be done, then it's not gonna give you that much good or better outcome, right? So that's what you need to know, guys. And I hope we have covered most of the things right now, but still, if you think you have some questions, you can ask them for sure. I'll try to answer it. But from these examples and the discussion, whatever you have learned, I hope it's gonna be helpful. So tell me if you have any questions, any queries, any doubt, anything you want to ask. We can surely talk about it. Tell me, guys. Any question or query? And the example which I have considered here right now, that was just to let you know, just starting the preparation is not enough. Following the things regularly, observing and analyzing that the things we are following are working for us, and then like being regular, that's something which matters a lot, right? And that's something which will take you to the final destination. But if it is not consistent, if it is not done in the way like it needs to be done, then it is going to be less effective and doesn't give us the required outcome too. But now, guys, depending on what discussion we have done, if you have any questions, queries, or doubt, you can just ask it, let me know about it. We'll try to consider all those points. You're most welcome, Sumit. Also, guys, I hope it's gonna help you to understand so many different things. Okay, and just a reminder, guys, today is the last day to grab this offer. So if there is someone like who wants to start their preparation under the guidance of top educators and don't want to miss this offer, in that case they can take the subscription right now. Use and apply the code Anjali Live as mentioned here on the screen. By using and by applying this code, you will be able to get the discount in the total subscription amount, guys. And even if any of your friends want to take the subscription, let them know about it. Okay, the offer and the referral code too, because by using and by applying that, anybody will be able to get the discount in the total subscription amount. And today is the last day to grab it. um Also, guys, now whatever questions and queries you have, just let me know. We'll try to talk about them. We will be considering them. Any question, any query, any doubt? No? So is everything clear to everyone? If yes, guys, I'm going to take few questions now. Okay, based on some tips and tricks, and we will work on them. But if you have any question or query regarding the strategy or regarding how to follow it, how to get the good results, and anything like you want to ask, you can surely ask that. Otherwise, we'll be going ahead with the question discussion today. Okay, great. Let's take some specific tricks based questions, okay? And since they're tricks based, the tricks will make them quite easy. A good question with some great ideas. Try it now, guys, and let me know as you will get it done. And if you don't know how to do it, I will let you know then. Try it now. Try it now. Try it now. And as anybody is going to get the answer, just mention it in the comments, guys. What is the right answer according to you? Just mention it, okay? Otherwise, in some time, I'm going to talk about it. Mention it, mention it, mention it. Whatever you think is the right answer. If you want me to start the discussion, you can even tell me that. I'll be starting the discussion then. Nobody has got the answer till now. Waiting for your reply, guys. Okay, let me just tell you. Given that this is equal to this. So here n is equal to 0 to infinity. But if you will see, they have asked for the h4 0. So h4, n value is what? 4. And x value means what? 0. So I have plugged in n is equal to 4. Everywhere I will write the same value. And x is equal to 0. T to the power 4 divided by factorial 4 is equal to e to the power negative t square plus 2tx, that's 0. But now e to the power negative t square, if you will write it series expansion, it will be 1 minus t square, okay, plus t to the power 4 over factorial 4 and negative t to the power 6 over factorial 3, okay, and so on too. So if you will see both sides, if you will compare or equate the coefficients of t to the power 4, then in that case what will happen, it's going to be h40 divided by factorial 4, okay. Oh, it was factorial 2, guys, after 1, 2 and 3, because we have done the square, so it becomes the power 4, but otherwise the factorial 2 is there. So just compare the coefficients of t to the power 4 on both sides. You're simply going to get h40 is equal to 4, 3, 2, 1. That's going to be 4, 3, 2, 1. So you will be having the 12 there. So h40 is equal to what? 12. That's what you are going to get. And that's your right answer, which is option A. So you can see here, we just need to use the normal series expansion of exponential, and that's how we are just simply going to get. Now, in this case, what's going to happen? Once you have got it, you have to consider the another part. What is that? Like, for such type of questions, even we had more questions in the previous years, So we just need to do smart work. Even if you don't actually know the Nx expansion and the series for that, or what expressions can be used, but with the given expression, we are finding the final answer. Okay, so that's important to know how it's working. You can see the steps. If you will still have any doubt, I can explain it. But if it's clear, I'll be taking the next question. What is the next question, guys? I'll just write it. We'll take something from the trick again. It's here, guys. I'm just gonna write it. Mm-mm-mm. So in this case, you have to use a trick from the contour integration part. Just see if you can get it. If in case you will have doubt or difficulty in solving this part, I'll be helping you guys. But try, try, try. If anybody is getting the final answer, just mention it. Otherwise, I'm going to talk about it, guys. So there is a trick. This one. Excuse me. Just root 2. But since the integration limits here we have were minus infinity to plus infinity, and the function was the even function, so we also have to take 2 here, multiply with 2, because the limit is applicable for integration 0 to infinity. So in that case, it will be pi over root 2, which is your final answer you will have. So that's option A. Options are try it now, guys. If you will not be able to get it done, that's okay. I'll be helping you in that case. But I at least want you to try so that if you will be getting the answer, that's great. But if no, I'll be helping you. Try it now and let me know whatever is the right answer according to you. And if something is not getting clear and you want me to read it, you can tell me. I'll just read it and let you know what is written there. Tell me whatever is the right answer according to you guys. What is the right answer? Because here is again one thing you have to keep in mind. What is that? I'll let you know. But if you already know it, you will be able to get the answer. So actually, in this case, what you have to do. So basically, they have given you the wave function psi, which is the superposition of two different states, phi naught and phi 1. And now they are asking you to find the expectation value of the Hamiltonian in the state psi. So actually, in this case, what will happen? You are going to consider summation over n, en, pn. So that is E naught, P naught plus E1, P1. But here, the mistake mostly students make is that they forget to take the mod when they write the probability. So in this situation, if you are going to write the probabilities and you are taking the mod, you will be getting the right answer. So you will have E naught, P naught. P naught is basically 1 upon root 2 square, which is 1 over 2, divided by 1 over 2 plus 1. Why? Because iota square in general is negative 1, but you will take its mod, so that is positive 1. So E naught times 1 over 2, we are taking mod after taking the square of each term in the probability. One over 2 plus 1, that's 3 over 2. So E naught plus 2E1 divided by 3, where it is, it's an option D. Hence, that's your right answer. Please let me know if in case there is anybody having any doubt. We can consider it, but if it is clear now, that's great, great, great. Next question is, if there is any question or query you will have, guys, you can surely ask that. Options are try it now and let me know as you will get it done. Otherwise, I'm gonna tell you guys whatever trick will work in this case and how you can proceed further. So actually, in this case, they're talking about if the perturbation, which is h dash x, h dash is equal to ax, where a is a constant, is added to the infinitesimal potential, which is vx is equal to 0 and infinity, 0 for x lying between 0 to pi, and infinity otherwise. The correction to the ground state energy to first order in A is, that's what you have to find. So here you can prepare or know one thing which will be helping you to solve any such type of question. That is the first order correction when you want to find to the ground state energy, okay, to the first order, and when you have the perturbation applied to the system as a variable perturbation. So in that case, you have to just simply consider the average value of the perturbation applied to the system. So that average value means what? Simply the expectation value. So what is the perturbation applied? This one. And what will be its average value? It will be A and X. So what is that? That's going to give you simply, you can see x will be lying between 0 and pi. So 0 and pi, just the extreme values I will focus on. It will give us a pi divided by what? It's a pi divided by 2. So here it is. It's in option A, and that's your right answer. This is how you're just simply gonna get it. But in case still, if there is anybody having any doubt, let me know. We will consider that part. And if everything is clear, that's great, great, great. Let me know, guys, if you have any doubt, any question, any query. Next one. A constant perturbation. Now, in the previous question, we talked about the variable perturbation. Now we are talking about the constant perturbation. As shown in the figure below, acts on a particle Oops. Okay. 0 and L, that's L. Zero, L by 2, L V naught, V naught by 2. The first order correction to the ground state energy of the particle is? Options are V0 by 2, 3 V0 by 4, V0 by 4, and 3 V0 by 2. So you can see the difference in this question and the previous one is that in the previous case we had the variable perturbation, but here we had a constant perturbation. So for the constant perturbation, you will do the perturbation applied to the system multiplied with the probability of finding the particle in that region. So it is the half region, so 1 over 2 plus the perturbation applied to the system and the probability. So that's again 1 over 2. So that's V0 over 4 plus V0 over 2, which is 3 V0 over 4. That's how you are going to get option B to be the correct one. Please tell me if in case there is anybody having any doubt, we can consider it. But if it is clear, that's great. So guys, that's how you can work on any such type of questions. So right now we will be keeping it this much in this session. I hope each and everything we have talked about is getting clear to everyone. But in case if there is anybody having any doubt, you can surely let me know about it. Also guys, as I have told you about the latest offer which is going on Unacademy, and today is the last day to grab it. So if in case you don't want to miss it and you want to take the subscription, you can use and apply the referral code, that's Anjali Live, as mentioned here on the screen, to grab this offer and get the discount in the total subscription amount. What are the benefits you will get if you will take the plus iconic or the light subscription, guys? All that has been shown here on this slide. Thank you so much everyone for joining this session and for attending it till